Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us today to honor the Achieve Online graduating class of 2021. I'm Joanne Davis, lead teacher at Achieve Online. We are extremely proud of all our graduates for having the determination and resilience necessary to reach this special day. We know this journey was not accomplished alone. We'd like to recognize all the family members, friends, and staff who shared their continuous support and encouragement to help our graduates reach their goals. We know you were essential for their success. We appreciate you and your enduring support for each graduate's potential. Thank you for coming to celebrate their academic achievement. Now, please join us in recognizing active duty service members, veterans, first responders, and frontline workers. Would you please rise to be acknowledged? And let's all please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. At this time, I'll introduce our distinguished guests. Please hold your applause until all of our distinguished guests have been introduced. Will you please rise when I call your name and remain standing until all the introductions are complete. Dr. Marth Melpacum, Treasurer, Board of Education. Dr. Michael Thomas, Superintendent. Ms. Phoebe Bailey, Assistant Superintendent, Personnel Support Services. Mr. David Engstrom, Deputy Superintendent, Achievement, Learning, and Leadership. Mr. Dan Hoff, Executive Director, K-12 Schools. Ms. Deborah Ashby, Chief Communications Officer, and Dr. Joe Schott, Colorado Springs Education Association President. Thank you for joining us today as we celebrate Achieve Online's graduating class of 2021. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my distinct privilege to introduce to you our Honorable Principal, Mr. John Bailey.
Good afternoon. Thank you, graduates, for dialing up this nice cloudy weather today so we don't all get sunburned. Welcome, faculty, family, friends, dignitaries, and especially our 2021 graduating class from Achieve Online. Please give our graduates a big hand. At this time, I'd like to recognize all the teaching and support staff from Achieve Online and the Digital School. Staff, if you would please stand. These amazing professionals are dedicated and invested on a daily basis. I'm truly grateful each day that I get to work alongside all of these remarkable people. Please give our staff a big hand. Okay, today marks our 10th graduating class at Achieve Online. Hard to believe how fast the time has gone by. Our very first graduating class consisted of a total of 10 graduates. I believe the slide's going to pop up here on the screen. 8 of those students chose to walk in the ceremony that year. Now we hover around 70 to 90 graduates a year. With a class that small, you can see on the screen there, look how huge the crowd is that day. They shouldn't have any problem getting together this summer for their 10-year class reunion. Of special note, we have 11 staff members currently still on staff who attended that very first graduation ceremony. Also, we have 10 graduates today who have been with us since middle school. One of those graduates, Dylan White, has been with us all the way back to elementary school when we used to serve elementary students. Thank you, parents and guardians, for trusting us with your kids for all of these years. Last year, our youngest son graduated from high school. I asked him at the time, I said, hey, as a graduate during a pandemic, what would you like to hear your principal say during the graduation ceremony? His response was, well, Dad, I wouldn't want to hear anything more about COVID or to sit and listen to you talk for very long. So graduates, on that advice from my son, I won't mention anything about the pandemic, and I will plan on making the speech nice and short today. Today, however, graduates, I would like to talk a little bit about your hall file. You might ask, what is a hall file? Our hall file is what people say or think about us in the hall. Others might call this our reputation. Reputation is defined as the beliefs or opinions that are generally held about someone or something. As you enter the workforce, you'll be starting to develop your hall file. The truth is that resumes really don't matter that much. Do you really care what people think about you? I think if we're being honest, most of us do, right? In my career, I've hired many people over the years, and when I call to do reference checks on people that we are considering hiring, I like to ask their former employers, hey, can you tell me a little bit about this person's hall file? The response I usually get is, what's a hall file? I then usually respond by asking, what do colleagues or bosses say about this person when they are gathered and talking about them in the hall, around the water cooler, or in the staff lounge? You can find out so much more about people when asking about their hall file as compared to what might be listed on paper references. So, what is the most important thing needed in developing a good hall file? I would contend that it's being a person of action, one who follows through, not so much a person of words. Because when it comes down to it, people really don't care much about what we say, but they darn sure care about what we do, our actions. This is where a need for truth tellers come in our life. Who are the people in our life that we trust, but more importantly, will tell us the truth about how we are acting and doing in life? Do you have truth tellers in your life, graduates? If not, I would strongly recommend getting at least one. Quick story. Years ago, I attended a 3-hour meeting that, if I'm being honest, it was very hard to sit through. When the meeting was over, I was walking out of the room with a colleague, and she looked at me and she said, wow, that meeting was very hard for you to take, wasn't it? And I said, what are you talking about? I didn't say one word during the entire meeting. Her response was, well, you didn't have to say anything because the pain was written all over your face. Now, that person was, and still is, a truth teller in my life. I've never forgotten that comment and took it to heart as something that I needed to personally work on. Finally, we know that it's impossible to please or have everyone like us, and that's completely okay. However, being a person that is respected, who has integrity, and follows through on their word is how we can develop a good hall file. So graduates, as you move through life, please consider how you will work on building and maintaining a good hall file. Okay, graduates, this day is all about you. Please don't forget to kiss and hug all those who have helped you make it to this very special day. Congratulations, class of 2021.
We have a wonderful group of musicians, many of them current or former D11 staff, here on the Wasson campus. Please join me in welcoming the Garage Band with Life's Highway.
Time's at hand, and there's a stir across the land, and so begin on life's highway, on city streets, down country roads, like a stream the people flow. There's bread to win and tolls to pay on life's highway. There is hope with every turn, a bridge to build, a bridge to burn. Here's hoping you never go astray on life's highway. We were young, then we're old, passing through, then passing on, like the roses bloom and fade on life's highway. Step by step, round and round, never knowing where we're bound, from the cradle to the grave on life's highway. There is hope with every turn, a bridge to build, a bridge to burn. Here's hoping you never go astray on life's highway. Sun is up, time's at hand. There's a stir across the land, and so begins another day on life's highway.
That was wonderful. Thank you. Please join me in welcoming our first graduation speaker, Miss Yvonne Alkabi.
What's up, class of 2021? I am so excited to be here today. Let me begin by recognizing two people who helped make this possible. I want to say thank you to Miss Leslie for helping me plan my future, and Mr. Bragg because he helped me along the way. Thanks for being a great teacher. Graduates, today is our day. It is a day to celebrate with your family and friends. Since kindergarten, we've been working for at least 13 years to finish high school and get on with life. Maybe your future includes continuing your education at a university or community college. Some of us will tackle the challenge of expert training, like becoming a mechanic or a tech nerd or even a tattoo artist. And I realize the class of 2021 includes brave people who plan to serve in the military. But for all of us, we will celebrate the hard work we have done as we leave high school with our diplomas in our hands. My journey to today was a struggle, as I'm sure it was for many of you. It started in Dallas, Texas at a regular high school. At this time in my life, graduating wasn't important to me, so high school wasn't a priority. My sister dropped out my junior year of high school. This changed the way I looked at high school. This made me think high school wasn't important, and I focused mainly on being a teenager. At this point, I transferred myself to a small alternative school, but school was still not my main focus. I started to live my life, and by this time, my father and I were not on best terms. So my best friend and I both dropped out and moved together to Iowa. While in Iowa, I told myself I want another chance in life, and in order for me to do that, I needed to change my focus. So my best friend and I rolled back into high school. It was going great for a while, but being teenagers, school was still not a priority. We started slacking, but I kept holding high school by a thread. The thought of not graduating gave me the focus I needed. I moved to Colorado to turn my life around. After a long journey, here I am being able to walk the stage. I can most definitely say it was worth the struggle and worth the hard work of being adamant that I would finish high school. I'm extremely excited to see what my future holds for me. I've heard our diploma is just a piece of paper, but it closes the journey behind us and opens new opportunities ahead of us. Well, the value of the paper is up to you. Don't just think of it as an insurance policy. Instead, think big. Use it, value it, take advantage of what amazing opportunities it can bring to you. Congrats, class of 2021.
Please welcome our second graduation speaker, Ms. Helena Martinez.
I want to start out by saying high school was definitely not easy for me. It was hard and I hit a lot of rough patches. I struggled with being motivated to do well in school. My grades were up and down, and by that I mean mostly down. I'm pretty sure many of you can understand where I'm coming from because all of us face difficulties in one way or another. I kept trying to figure out the right strategies for school, and all along the way others offered support. I guess I just didn't understand how to take the support. There were times when giving up seemed like my only option. I was so over the distractions in high school, and I knew things had to change if I wanted to make it to where I am today. Achieve Online High School was the fresh start I needed. Everyone I met was so understanding and helped me in more ways than I could even imagine. I was behind in credits by a lot, and it felt like giving up was my only option. I was so over everything. Achieve Online was the fresh start I needed. I was behind in credits by a lot. I am so excited to be walking across this stage to receive my diploma. Today we are celebrating a huge accomplishment. Our goal of finishing high school has been reached. I pushed myself so hard, and for that I am proud. I could not have done it alone without help from my amazing teacher, Mrs. Crow. She was always there for me from the beginning and encouraged me to keep trying. I would also like to give a huge shout out to my mom. Thank you for believing in me and pushing me to do my best. I couldn't have been here without you. Making it here today was a long, hard journey. But when you have plans or goals, stay on that path, no matter how hard or how rocky the roads get. If you stop working or you don't try, there's a 100% chance you won't make it to where you want to be. So keep pushing. Once you've thinking you've gotten to the bottom and there's nothing else you can do, think again because you will find your way to what you know is true. You will reach your finish line. Graduates, by being here today, you have proven that you can achieve long-time goals, pushing yourself to the best of your abilities and preparing yourselves for the future that you decide. Today marks a new start, new goals, new lifetime achievements. This is the day our lives begin. Congratulations, class of 2021. We did it.
Our music teacher, Kay McNeil, is leading the center stage performers in a song to honor our graduates. Please welcome them as they sing Have It All.
May you have auspiciousness and causes of success.
May you have the confidence to always do your best.
May you take no effort and are being generous.
Sharing what you can, nothing more, nothing less. May you know the meaning of the word happiness. May you always lead from the beating in your chest. May you be treated like an esteemed guest. May you get to rest, may you catch your breath.
And may the best of your todays be the worst of your tomorrows. Whoa! And may the road less paved be the road that you follow. Whoa! Well, that you're gonna break. Here's to the lives that you're gonna change. Here's to the infinite possible ways to love you. I want you to have it. Here's to the good times we're gonna have. You don't need money, you got a free pass. Here's to the fact that I'll be sad without you. I want you to have it all. Oh, I want you to have it all. I want you to have it. I want you to have it all.
May you be as fascinating as a slap bracelet.
May you keep the chaos in the clutter of your desk.
May you have unquestionable health and less stress.
Having no possession to immeasurable wealth.
May you get a gold star on your next test.
May your educated guesses always be correct.
And may you win prizes shining like diamonds.
May you really own each moment to the next. And may the best of your todays be the worst of your tomorrows. Whoa! And may the road less paved be the road that you follow. Whoa! Well, here's to the hearts that you're gonna break. Here's to the lives that you're gonna change. Here's to the infinite possible ways to love you. I want you to have it. Here's to the good times we're gonna have. You don't need money, you got a free pass. Here's to the fact that I'll be sad without you. I want you to have it all. Oh, I want you to have it all. I want you to have it. I want you to have it all. Oh, I want you to have it all you can imagine. Oh, no matter what your path is, if you believe it, then anything can happen. Go, go, go. Raise your glasses. Go, go, go. You can have it all. I toast you. Here's to the hearts that you're gonna break. Here's to the lives that you're gonna change. Here's to the infinite possible ways to love you. I want you to have it. Here's to the good times we're gonna have. You don't need money, you got a free pass. Here's to the fact that I'll be sad without you. I want you to have it all. Oh, I want you to have it all. I want you to have it. I want you to have it all. Here's to the good times we're gonna have.
Here's to you always making me laugh.
Here's to the fact that I'll be sad without you. I want you to have it all.
I was looking at Mrs. Davis, and she was looking at me like, get up there, get up there. You can see at Achieve Online, we love music. Real quick, we do a Wednesday feel-good song. Graduates, I don't even think you know this, that we send a song out every Wednesday. Staff member picks it, puts a little blurb in there why that song makes them feel good. You know, you would think they would answer my important emails when I'm asking them questions, right? Holy cow, it's reply all when the Wednesday song comes out. Everybody loves that. So music is good for the soul. At this time, it is my honor to introduce Dr. Michael Thomas, Superintendent, District of 11 Schools. Dr. Thomas, each of these graduates has fulfilled all requirements for graduation as established by our Board of Education. They are qualified, they are capable. They make all of us proud. Dr. Thomas, for your consideration, I present to you the Achieve Online Class of 2021.
Graduates, you've made it. This is the day that you've been dreaming about for over 13 years. And I know that you've all had your own individual journey to get to this place, but I'll tell you, you wouldn't be here today without the support of your family, your friends, the broader community, and of course the amazing staff at Achieve. Can you please give them a round of applause for their support to you? You know, there's a philosophical tradition that's kind of speaks to I won't bore you with a lot of philosophy, but there's a theory called the theory of opposites. And it suggests that you really don't know what something is until you know what the opposite of that something is. So for example, you don't know what hot feels like until you know what cold feels like. Or you might not understand what it means to be sad if you don't know what it means to be happy. Equally, it would say that you don't know what success feels like unless you know what failure feels like. And I always say that failure is just success turned inside out. There will be many times in your life that you will stumble, that you will fall, that you'll feel like you failed. But those are the moments that are probably the most important in your life, because it's at those moments that you are forced to stop and reflect and think about how you got there and understand what you need to do to get out of that situation or to make better decisions, right? Not to go back to that spot again. You always want to learn from that. Don't become a serial failure, right? It's going to happen, but always think about what it's going to take to get even further to accomplish your goals. So I don't know what your destiny holds for you outside of District 11, but I'll tell you, the staff here at Achieve Online have definitely prepared you for the best. So whether it is you're going to college, going into the career, the military, who knows what life will call you to do, but know that you are fully prepared, and I am honored, as your superintendent, to accept the graduating class of 2021. And now I will call Director Mel Packham forward, who is one of our board directors, to officially confer the graduating class of 2021.
Good afternoon, Achieve Online, students, staff, and parents. It's such an honor to be here today and share a few words with you, and more importantly, celebrate this special day with you, class of 2021. I want to start off with this. All week long, we've had graduations here, and today is the last one of the week. We certainly saved the best for last. And Achieve Online, Principal Bailey said that you guys like music. I think you guys like fun too. You brought the fun here with the garage band. So give them a big round of applause for them. And also for the students that performed here, they were awesome. So they were having fun, and that's what I was saying. That's what high school is about, just sharing those memories and having fun. So well, graduates, it's certainly been an interesting and unique year for all of you. As you are well aware, most of the traditional schools had to transition and adapt to some form of remote learning platform environment. And that was daunting, difficult, and challenging for those schools, staff, and students. But it certainly did not faze you, because you chose the digital learning format long before it became the trend this year. While others were struggling maybe with Schoology and WebEx, you had already mastered those learning platforms and probably passed that expertise to your siblings, peers, and even the adults in your life. So having said that, I'm sure the challenges and adversities you had to overcome in getting here to this finish line today is no less challenging. I mean, it's an exhaustive list, I'm sure. And it's definitely worth mentioning. Each of your story is unique, compelling, and powerful. Some of you had to juggle multiple jobs, supplement your family income, take on the responsibilities of being a parent yourself, and essentially deal with real-life issues. But you did not give up on your dreams. You believed in yourself, you put in the hard work, had the desire to keep going, overcome adversity, and here you are at the finish line today. You know, this past year, I have got a middle school daughter, and she had to spend considerable amount of time online because of school closures and quarantine. And I heard her say multiple times, "Dad, online learning is so much harder than being in person in school," because she had to figure out how to stay organized, how to stay self-motivated, had to stay on top of her homework assignments, learn about time management, learn how to collaborate with their teachers and students in a remote environment, and develop that out-of-the-box thinking to solve problems. All of those essential life skills, each of you have learned and mastered over the past several years, and that is only going to help you on whatever path you take in the coming years. So today, graduates, this is a celebration of you. It's a reflection of your perseverance, your grit and determination, your unbreakable spirit, and I cannot put into words how proud I am of each and every one of you. And I'm sure your parents, teachers, and staff are equally proud of you. So give a big hand to our graduates. And graduates, as you celebrate this special occasion, I also want you to take a moment and look around you, especially up there at the stands, and recognize all the incredible support and encouragement you have received over the years. Now, I'm talking about not only your parents, guardians, family members out there, the friends on the field that you have, and the staff that are sitting behind you. So thank you, staff, parents, family members. Finally, graduates, excited parents out there. So I saw proud dad, proud mom. It's good to see you. And finally, graduates, you walk out of here to a world of endless possibilities. And as Dr. Thomas said, you are fully prepared for what challenges that you are going to face ahead. So whatever you're going to be doing, whether it is to pursue further education or enter the workforce, do it with passion. I'm reminded of the quote, follow your passion and you will never work a single day in your life. Find out what you are passionate about and you find your purpose and calling in life. Treasure the experiences along the way. Before you know it, you will be sitting in the stands cheering your kids in their graduation. So all the journey that you go along from now on, treasure those memories. Contribute positively to the community around you. Make an impact by serving in the community. Be lifelong learners. Albert Einstein once said, once you stop learning, you start dying. Never stop learning. And lastly, you guys are tough and resilient, and we all know that. And that's how you got to this finish line. But always, always remember to be kind. In a world where you can choose to be almost anything, remember to be kind. Congratulations, Achieve Online Class of 2021. Thank you for having me here. On behalf of District 11 Board of Education, I'm pleased to accept the class of 2021 for conferring of the diplomas. You have graduated.
Just look at that one over there.
That's over there too. Yvonne Alkabi. Yvonne is proud to receive her high school diploma today. Her path had obstacles, but with hard work and determination, along with her support from her teacher, Mr. Bragg, and her counselor, Miss Leslie, she is now ready to celebrate reaching her goal.
Emily Ann Beeman. Emily wants to share this quote from Alex Honnold in the movie Free Solo. You will always feel fear, but over time you will realize the only way to truly manage your fear is to broaden your comfort zone. Emily plans to attend Pikes Peak Community College and become a dental hygienist.
Odias Lee Miguel Bishop. Now that he has his high school diploma, Odias plans to attend EMT school and wants to become a firefighter or a police officer.
Lucy Nicole Blunt. Lucy is thankful for everything her Achieve Online teachers have done for her these last 6 years. She also wants to thank her amazing family and friends for being by her side through it all. She says, "It's bittersweet closing this chapter in my life, but I am excited for what the future will bring. This fall, Lucy will attend the EF Language School in Seoul, South Korea."
Megan Christine Campbell Bowie. Megan would like to thank Mrs. Bamsberger, Miss McMillan, and her amazing mom for helping her reach this exciting day. She says, "Thank you for believing in me before I believed in myself." Megan has been accepted to the Tony and Guy Cosmetology School, where she will begin this July, and says she is excited for her new adventures.
Deanna Janae Canty. DJ says Achieve Online was the right choice because it helped her reach her goal of graduating from high school. She wants to thank those close to her for pushing her to go above and beyond.
Cameron Taylor Carrillo. Cameron has been at Achieve Online since 7th grade, and today she is graduating a year early. She wants everyone to know how much she appreciates her family and teachers for all their support. Cameron plans to attend Pikes Peak Community College while she will pursue a career in nursing. Megan Marie Cowden. Megan says she loved completing her high school diploma with Digital High School because the teachers were amazing and the staff was always ready to help.
Shalea Marie Craddock. Shalea says she found a fresh start when she transferred to Achieve Online for her senior year. "My teachers helped me, and I made great friends along the way." Layla says, "Thank you, Mama, for all those times I wanted to give up, but you encouraged me to keep pushing and reach my goals."
Selena Faith Cruz. Selena feels like she wouldn't have made it through without all the support she has received. She wants to thank everyone here today for celebrating her graduation with her.
Sean Matthew Cushman. Sean says he is glad he switched to Achieve Online during his junior year because it prepared him for future success and provided flexibility to work at his own pace. He also says, "Thank you, Mom and Dad, for always being there for me." Sean plans to attend university and someday own his own real estate business.
Matthew Paul Dijon. Matthew's high school start was negative, and anxiety made it a struggle to focus on school. Now, he says, switching to Achieve Online was the best academic decision I could have ever made. The Achieve staff was willing to help me learn and earn my credits remotely. He is grateful for their hard work and celebrates this accomplishment with them.
Madison Leanne Donmora. Madison says her high school years felt like a roller coaster ride, and she faced both success and setbacks. She's grateful to Achieve staff, Mr. Wortman, Ms. McMillan, Ms. Crow, and Mr. Smith for helping her through a difficult final year. Maddie also wants to say a big thank you to her family and all her loved ones who provided encouragement to reach this goal.
Ryan Christopher Ferguson. Ryan wants to thank Mr. Montez by saying, "I appreciate you mentoring me and helping me discover my love for working on cars." And he also wants to thank his family for their love and support throughout the years.
Dayani Garcia Tercero. Dayani likes this lyric from Bob Marley. Beginnings are usually scary and endings are usually sad, but it's everything in between that makes it all worth living. She's grateful to family, friends, and teachers who encouraged her during her beginnings and endings, and she's excited to see what life after high school brings.
Jeremy Shane Geezy. Jeremy remembers coming to Achieve Online as a sophomore and can see how he has grown as a person while working towards his diploma. He says, "I would like to thank my aunt and my teachers for helping me on my way to success."
Andrea Guadalupe Gomez. Andrea wants to thank Mr. Jeffrey for his support and encouragement. Also, she thanks her family and says she wouldn't have made it without them. Andrea is looking forward to future adventures.
Ethan Alexander Green. Ethan says he would not be celebrating today's success without the constant support of his parents and teachers, and wants to tell them all to know he is truly thankful.
Natalie Sierra Jensen. Natalie wants to thank her mom for supporting her throughout her school years and is grateful to her dad, who always was there to listen. She is looking forward to her future and plans to attend cosmetology school.
Jakaya Nicole Kennedy. Jakaya says, I have learned a lot during high school, not just from classes, but also about myself as a person. Figuring out how to be myself was the best part of the journey, and I am proud of how far I've come.
Haley Mae Kessel. Haley is the first in her family to graduate and receive her high school diploma. And the pride she feels comes with appreciation to them for always encouraging her to reach this goal. She's also thankful to everyone at Achieve Online who welcomed her during her junior year and supported her to make it to the finish line.
Nevaeh Grace Eugene Larson. Nevaeh says, my years at Achieve will be remembered as the time in my life for growth and realizing there are teachers who care. Thank you to all the Achieve staff.
Skylar Renee Legrand. Skylar reflects on these past 12 years as an amazing journey, full of growing and thriving. She is excited to start her next adventure and wants to thank her amazing family for supporting her in everything she does.
Ezekiel Dean Linzer. Zeke wants to express appreciation and says, the teachers at Achieve were extremely patient during my learning experience and always seemed to know how and when to help. Special thanks goes to Miss Cullen, who made sure I was moving forward and completing my assignments. Zeke plans to attend college and hopes for a career working with animals.
Caesar Magana. Caesar wants to say thank you to all the staff at Achieve Online and says high school has been great because of the amazing teachers he's had. He's also grateful to his family for the support they provided. Caesar's next adventure begins this July when he will report for boot camp with the United States Army.
Helena Ray Martinez. Helena experienced a terrible loss during high school, but she worked through her grief. She refused to let it hold her back. She made it to this exciting moment in her life and wants to say, today is for you, guardian angel. You are greatly missed, and I hope your good luck charm has made you proud.
Adriana Shade Mendoza Berenger. Adriana refers to high school as a very trying experience, but says she got through it with a lot of help from her teachers and her counselor, Miss Jurgensen. Her plans include finding a career where she can work with animals.
Samaya Neal. Samaya has overcome daunting obstacles on her way to earning her high school diploma, but she says her senior year has been amazing. Her determination to be her son's medical caregiver provided motivation to work toward her CNA license while simultaneously finishing her high school credits.
Jocelyn Taylor Penateo. When Jocelyn thinks back on all the hard work it took to graduate early, she knows it was worth it to be here walking across the stage today, and she wants to thank her Lord and Savior. Jocelyn also says she could not have made it without the support of Mrs. Bamsberger, her friends, and the best mom anyone could ever ask for.
Christopher Michael Reyes. Christopher says his experience at Achieve Online has opened up many amazing possibilities and helped him get to where he is today. He also says, I would especially like to thank Miss Cullen for everything she has done for me these past 4 years. Chris has committed to study and swim at Colorado College next year.
Chloe Ariel Romero. Chloe has chosen a quote from Grace Helbig. The only thing you can do in this life is pursue your passions, celebrate your bloopers, and never stop following your fear. Next fall, Chloe will attend the International Salon and Spa Academy.
Miles Jameson Shear. Miles is ready to celebrate today's graduation and wants to tell his fellow graduates, good morning, and in case I don't see ya, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Patricia K. Sellers. Tricia says, graduating was not easy for me, and I did not get here on my own. But I learned to push through with the help and encouragement from my family and teachers. I want to thank Ms. Weber, who always told me to work hard and exceed the minimum. I'm excited to see what the future holds.
Zamira Rose Seymour. Zamira has selected a song lyric from Gang of Youth to share. Today of all days, see how the most dangerous things is to love, but believe you will heal and you will rise above. Zamira is an overcomer who plans to open her own business soon.
Jacqueline Danielle Shaw. Now that she's graduated, Jackie says she's aiming to get a degree in veterinary technology while also learning more about the criminal justice system. She thanks her family, teachers, and counselors for helping her with school and guiding her as she plans for the future.
Summerlin Ann Tyhurst. Summerlin believes determination is the key to finding happiness and success in life.
Esmeralda Genevieve Valdivinos Martinez. Esmeralda says, being a young mother, I needed the flexibility that Achieve Online offered so I could finish my credits and graduate. She wants to thank her parents for always being there and supporting her. Esmeralda is currently working full-time and plans to pursue a career in real estate.
DeHaven de Valentin Contreras. DeHaven says finishing her senior year has been bittersweet. Her path to graduation wasn't typical, and sometimes she doubted it would happen. Today she recognizes her growth and feels pride in receiving her diploma. DeHaven says she is ready for the next chapter.
Mia Inai Valentin Contreras. Mia says, closing this chapter of my life just means opening a world of possibilities that I can't wait to explore.
Kiani Marissa Wade. Kiani says, the past 2 years with Achieve Online have been excellent because my teachers genuinely cared for me and my growth. Thank you, Ms. Cullen, and my family for pushing me and believing in me. She feels confident about the future and knows she will find the right path for her and her daughter.
Dylan Alexander White. Dylan says, school did not come easy for me, and I want to thank Mr. Smith, Ms. Weber, and Mr. Garcia for their endless help. Dylan has been selected for the McDonald's Manager Training Program.
Eric Christensen Wooster. Eric wants to thank all of his teachers, especially Ms. Weber, for keeping him on track to today's graduation. He also wants to express appreciation to his parents for the never-ending encouragement even during the difficult times.
Jaden Levi Yanni. Jaden says he has enjoyed his high school years. Today he is celebrating this milestone and looking ahead with excitement for what his future will hold.
Okay, we are there, graduates, we are there. If you would please stand, graduates. You can now move your tassels from right to left. I would like to thank everyone for attending today. This concludes our graduation ceremony. We will be ending with one last song. Audience members, after the song finishes, please let our graduates exit out to the other field and you can meet them over there. Thank you all for attending today, and again, congratulations, class of 2021.
Well, I woke up this morning, rainbow filled the sky. Yes, I woke up this morning, rainbow filled the sky. And it was God telling me everything's gonna be alright. So long, good friends, when will we meet again? I said, so long, good friends, when will we meet again? Well, I don't know, but I guess I'll see you then. Well, I'm gonna pack my old guitar, move on down the road. I'm gonna pack my old guitar, move on down the road. Where I go, I don't know, but I guess I got to go. Well, I woke up this morning, rainbow filled the sky. Yes, I woke up this morning, rainbow filled the sky. And it was God telling me everything's gonna be alright.